Drewski, hey boo, how you doing? How you doing? Ooh, what's going on, Phoenix? What's up? I wanted to check out this. I was curious about this Donna Adelson, her defense. Was curious the approach that they're going to take to try to get this woman off. I don't know if you guys are let me know in the chat if you guys are familiar with what this lady did. Tell me if you know what this lady did. Because I'll be happy to tell you. I'll be happy to tell you. I gotta tell you, I'll be happy. Oh, Barry, it's okay. You wasn't first, but you was fifth. Yep, fifth. You was fifth. You was, yep. You know, in the grand scheme of things, fifth is just like first, except for not. You know what I'm saying? It's so close. It's so close. Okay. Um, for those who are unaware of what this is, okay, so this right here, this lady over here next to Chibi, she is the mother of a woman named Wendy Adelson. Now, Wendy was married to, I think he was a dentist, if I'm not mistaken. So she was married to a dentist. They got divorced, but they had a son. So, and her parents lived her family lived in Florida. So when they got divorced, she got divorced. She wanted to move to Florida with her family, like, so she could be close to them. But the husband had a practice where they were living at and did not want to, like, she wanted to leave, to go to that place where the practice was, or they lived in Florida. Wait. So she lived in Florida with the husband, but she wanted to leave to go to where the parents live, but the husband he wasn't okay. They went to court. He won. So she found another way. Allegedly. Of course. Allegedly. That's why they're having a trial, right? Because allegedly. That's the reason why. Because alleged. It's because alleged, Miss Santana. That's why. Because alleged. Hey, Wooies. What's up, baby? Long time no Wooies. Ooh. Carolyn Cruz. What's up, baby? Let's see. Let me do all the things that I gotta do real quick to be productive, because like Mama said, Mama is community funded. So I have to do all of the things. I have to do all of the things. Okay. Oh my God. What in the world is that? Okay. Y'all put some red emojis. Make the chat look red for Mama, please. Please and thank you. When I get all my stuff ready. Put a 1 in the chat if you're familiar with the Adelson case. Even in the slightest bit. If you Let's see. Click this member jammer right there. That's right, red. That's right. Make it red. Okay. Right. That. Open this back up. And put us a little goal on here, because you got to have goals. Otherwise, what's it all about? Let's see. What we'll do here. Maybe a while. Let's see. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is gonna sound silly, but I learned something today. I was at work talking about how bad my knees are and how I can't jump. I can't do what Chris Cross said. I can't jump. Okay, I can't jump. I can't do it because my knees is bad. And I've been telling myself that for at least a few years now, that I can't jump at all. That if a zombie apocalypse happened, I'm dying immediately. You know what I'm saying? So what I've been saying, I was convinced of this. And guess what I did at work? I tried to jump. Just literally just to lift my body off the ground. Just jump. Do you know that I jumped? And it was fine. It was fine. I was like, oh my God, why was I convinced that I couldn't jump anymore? I was jumping, I was skipping. I was like, you really could talk yourself into being handicapped. I talked myself into thinking that I couldn't even jump. Turns out I was full of shit. Ooh. Begins. Okay, all right, we got that. And you hit the like button for Mama, please. Please and thank you. Okay. Judge and privilege entitled people. I know. I'm curious. I want to listen to. That's why I picked this in particular, because I don't. It's like it's gonna be a lot, because the son, which is the girl's brother, already got convicted. So now then after that they finished with that, they then came after the mother. So then they arrested her trying to escape. She was trying to escape. They got her at the airport trying to board a plane. They got her trying to board a plane. She was trying to get the hell out of Dodge, y'all. But she failed miserably. And so here she is. Hey, Bossy Tuba. What's up, baby? Ooh. She hit the like button for Mama, please. Okay. Hold on. One more thing. And then we can get in here and see what angle. I'm anxious to know what angle they take to try to get her off on this. Like you know what I'm saying? Because it feels like hope should be lost. It feels like the hope should be lost. But we'll see. Okay. Membership. Link. Let's see. Paste. Oh, I guess I gotta put the whole thing. Okay, Miss Santana, you are not muted. Cut it out. Cut it out, Miss Santana. Let's see. Come on. Oh, I gotta do the whole thing. Okay. Okay. Paste. There we go. All right, I pinned the link to the membership at the top of the chat. Feel free to click on that member jammer. You know what I'm saying? Become a member. Help support the channel. Keeps Mama here and not there. You know what I'm saying? Mama spending way too much time there. She needs to. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Am I muted? Let's see. Let's see. All right. So let's find out what her judge's strategy is going to be to try to get her out of this. Like I said, the brother, which is this lady's son, has already got convicted. So if they done found him guilty, And he was set up. He was set to do that with her idea. I don't know how they're planning to get her off. So we're gonna find out.
Yes, Judge.
You may proceed.
Thank you.
Proceed. Come on. Got a lady judge. It's colder than a mug in here.
Good morning.
Good morning. How you
Jackie Fulford
doing?
and I, along with Mr. Zellman, represent Mrs. Adelson, and I don't think you've heard my voice yet.
Yeah, nah.
Well, I'm going to try and talk slow because if I don't, the court reporter's going to scream at me. I just want to start by saying this. Remember, during the course of the proceedings, that the state always gets to go first.
Mm-hmm.
But the defense has a right to be heard too. So please keep an open mind until you hear from us as well. You just sat through an opening statement. The presentation was pretty cool. I'm old-fashioned, so I don't use that kind of stuff, but for an hour you heard about this killing. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. And you heard an awful lot about why they think Donna Adelson has the motive to kill Danny Markell. And you heard an awful lot about what other people did in this case. But not a single piece of evidence was discussed that shows that Donna Adelson planned this, hired anybody to do this, or intended that this happen.
That's right.
And I just want you to be mindful that when we're at the end of the case and the judge gives you the instructions, and he gives them, I won't do that. When he gives you the instructions, he's not going to give you an instruction that says the state has to prove motive. He's going to give you elements of each offense, and he's going to say that each element of each offense has to have actual evidence to prove that.
Ooh.
Not motive, actual evidence that those things happened. We're going to have a long trial, and I know you all are kind of prepared for that, at least in your mind. You know it's going to happen, and it's going to be long, and we're going to have days. And you're going to hear a lot of evidence and phone calls and text messages and emails. But I want to ask you to never, ever stop thinking for the 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks that we're here about why it is we are really here. Not just because Donna Adelson is on trial, but because 2 men killed Danny Markell. Don't forget Danny. He was an amazing professor. He was very well educated. He had 2 degrees, I think, from Harvard, one of them from law school.
Oh, okay. All right, Donna. So you picked your lawyer. You told the strategy we going with is I'm gonna pretend that my client don't fucking hate this man. She really liked him. You know, she was so happy about her son-in-law. You know, she would never kill him. She would never. Okay, got it.
There. He was a professor. He had students. He was very well respected by his peers, his colleagues.
She said he was a professor. He had students. I hope he did. If he was a professor, I don't think he would be a professor if he didn't have students.
He traveled all over the place to talk at conferences. They wanted him there for him to come and speak. Very, very intelligent man, and I know, I can't say I know because I never met him. I wish I had.
So who told you this?
But I know he had to be proud of all that he had achieved. It was his career was important to him. Him continuing to educate himself so that he could get tenure at the law school as a professor. He worked very hard. He earned a lot. What he did not earn was for somebody to do this to him. You're going to hear that Wendy Adelson, the daughter of my client, was married to Danny. And I'm not trying to be informal when I say that. I respect Mr. Markell, Dr. Markell, but because so many people in the trial are going to refer to him as Danny, I'm going to do that if that's okay. But I don't mean any disrespect by doing that. More important to Danny Markell than anything in the world were his little boys. He had 2 little children when this happened to him. A 3-year-old and a 4-year-old. When the divorce first happened, when Wendy moved out, he did not want the divorce.
What?
That was in 2012.
That's right.
And they squabbled during the divorce. They did.
Not squabble.
Each side argued for their side. The other side argued for their side. That's what happens in divorce. Divorce is not fun. Divorce is not usually friendly. Some of us have had friendly divorces, but not everybody does. And a lot of things were said.
Talking about divorce ain't fun. Well, okay, I guess at the time it wasn't, but in retrospect.
But moving forward to 2014 is where we're going to concentrate on, because that's when Danny was killed. And in 2014, with these little boys that he had, the divorce had been over for a year. Relocation, the opportunity, even discussion about it, ended. On July 31st, when the final judgment was entered, relocation was over. The state told you that. The court denied it with prejudice. She could never raise it again. Nobody was fighting anymore about where these little boys would be. Danny advocated for not only himself in the divorce, he advocated for his children. They are an...
You know that by saying that, you are saying that he was advocating against your defendant's daughter, your defendant's precious princess. So yeah, this ain't helping your case, is what I'm saying.
Important part of his life. He wanted as much time as he could get with them. They ended up splitting the time equally between Wendy and Danny. Their schedules changed a little bit on how they worked that out, but it was 50%. This bug is driving me crazy too. What in the world is that? Sorry.
Yeah, you know they in Florida. You can tell they in Florida. They in the courtroom and the bugs is like, fuck you. I do what I want wherever I want. You can't hold me in contempt. Bzz, bzz.
He continuously, from the time Wendy moved out till the time that he was killed, spent as much time as he could get with his children. He loved being with them. If it wasn't his time to have the children, he would go to their little preschool and spend time with them there.
What you mean their little preschool?
He wanted to talk to them on the phone as much as he could.
Oh.
You guys are way younger than me, so maybe you don't even know about this, but I guess there was a thing called Skype. I don't even know if it's still...
Bitch, then why'd you bring it up? How you gonna be like, there's a thing called... There's this thing that I don't know what it's called Skype. Right. Well, clearly you do know what it is because you just named it. Okay. Thanks for letting us know who we can't listen to, because you can't not lie. Thank you for letting us know.
Exists, but I guess it's like FaceTiming, but doing it on your computer. And that's how he wanted to talk to his kids, so that he could see them when he wasn't with them while he spoke to them. Now, at 3 and 4, it's kind of hard to wrangle them to sit down in front of a screen. So Danny came up with a really good idea. When he Skyped the children, it would be most of the time after the kids had had their dinner and had their baths, where they're kind of calmed down. They're not in their little running around state. And he would read bedtime stories to them.
Okay.
And he didn't have his little kids. He still wanted to know that when the children went to bed, they didn't forget about Daddy.
This is not gonna work well for your client. I'm gonna tell you why. If nothing else, what you're doing is overly humanizing the victim, like, which is good, unless you're the defendant. It's good for everyone except for the defendant. She's over here basically just saying he is an angel, and my client over here killed an angel. Like, that's basically what you're saying. This is just weird. This is a strange approach. It's you know do you know what the approach is? The approach is I'm gonna try to convince these people that my client didn't hate this man, that she actually respected him. She would never do this. She respected him so much because of all these things that I'm telling you. That's the approach. Terrible approach.
And he made sure that didn't happen. These kids are not deprived of their father. Their father was brutally taken from them. Not just when they were 3 or 4, or 5 or 6, or 7 or 8, but up into their teens. They lost the opportunity because someone took it from them to grow up with a father, to have his involvement and influence in their lives.
Hey, Donna, I think his parents might have hired your lawyer. I'm starting to feel like that your parents, that the victim's parents may have, on some slick shit, hired this lawyer to represent you or paid her off, because she is definitely not representing you. Okay?
To talk about what he did as a kid and share his experiences, all of that was stolen from him. That's very important. This Skyping that he did with his kids, Mrs. Adelson, when she had the little boys, actually arranged so she could do that with him. And she would keep the kids in front of the screen while he talked to his children.
Tell us why, though. Why she do that? Control freak much? Control freak much? She wanted to monitor what he said, what he could say to them, and probably how long they'd be on there also.
You've heard a lot about how she hated him. Mm-hmm. She said some ugly things during the divorce. Pretty foul things, actually. But you're going to learn through the evidence why that was occurring and how she was actually interacting with Danny. They're two very different things. I want to talk to you now about my client, Donna Adelson. She is a normal person, just like all of us. At the time that this happened...
Oh my God. That's a bare minimum type shit. I use that term. It means basic bitch. It's basic. It's like I'm gonna tell you, like they tried to paint my client as some type of supervillain. But my client, let me tell you, you really must know, you need to know this about my client. She is regular. My client is regular. She like she a 5, you know, she right in the middle. Like she, you know, she's a medium, you know? Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're supposed to be hyping her up. You're supposed to be hyping her up. You gonna call that woman a basic bitch to her face? That's not right. That's not right, attorney lady.
Happened, she was 64 years old.
Regular.
Married to her husband, Dr. Adelson, a dentist.
Oh my God, married to her husband. Yeah, I mean, I like to know how you're not married to your husband. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's married. Oh, to who? Her husband. Oh, murdery. Yeah, she's not murdery at all. She's like the opposite of murdery. She's very basic.
Now they've been married 54 years. It was somewhere in the 40-year range when this happened 11 years ago. And she got up in the morning and went to work, not at her and Harvey's business, like you were just told. She went to the business owned by her son. Every morning they got up and they went to work. She did the books, she kept the books, she greeted patients, she got charts out. At 7:30 every morning, she was there and organized and had everybody ready to go because they had a little staff meeting. So everybody could know what to expect, what patients they were going to see, what they were going to take care of. She was there working, sometimes late into the evening, just like all of us. She's a normal person.
There she go, basic bitch again.
People who know Donna will tell you that she is not the person that the state is portraying her to be. She's kind, caring, loving.
Is she?
She cares more about people than she does about herself.
Which, is she not a person? Look. She's like, wait, are we talking about me?
Now, what happened on July the 18th of 2014? You've heard the state describe it, but I want to talk about it for a minute.
Tell us about it, lady.
The state is going to be able to prove to you some of the things they were talking about.
Okay. Like what? Tell us about it. We want to learn.
Can everybody see it okay? No? Oh.
It is the range of evil. Just raise your hands and everyone can see the evil.
Clearly. Thank you.
I want to
Thank
see
you.
it. Show it to me. Okay.
So the state told you that he got up every day, just like he normally did, on July the 18th of 2014. And I just want to say this also. Throughout the trial, you may hear me say that he was murdered on that date. Somehow he survived for another 11 hours. But in my opinion, all the evidence is going to show that what killed him took place on the 18th, and he was just able to survive long enough into the next day. So on that date, July 18th of 2014, these two men, Sigfredo Garcia and Luis Rivera, followed Danny all over town. Started at his house, followed him to the school where the little children were going to school, the preschool where he dropped them off, watched him drop those kids off, followed him to the gym, waited outside the gym for him,
Then what?
followed him to his house, pulled up in the driveway.
Okay.
Mr. Markel is talking on the telephone to someone, and he notices someone's coming into his driveway. And while he's talking on the phone and says something about needing to see who this is, he turns and looks in the direction, and this man, Sigfredo Garcia, is holding a revolver, and he points it at him. And you may hear testimony that there's some evidence that maybe he tried to, well, you know what you do in defense when somebody's going to hit you or whatever, you put your hands up. He saw this man pointing a gun similar to this at him.
Oh no, not the
And in that instant, I cannot fathom how terrified he must have been when this man shot him. Not one time, but twice. One of the shots is almost right between the eyes. He was brutally murdered by this man. This man, Luis Rivera, who you've heard them mention in the state's opening, traveled with this car. This is an actual picture of the car, and the state's going to show it to you. This is the Prius that they were traveling in. This is surveillance photo that the investigators were able to find to know that it was a Prius that they were looking for. This man supplied the gun and drove the car following Danny, drove it up into the driveway less than 3 feet away from Mr. Markel, whose engine is still running, and he's on the phone, and he waits while this man kills him. He hears the shots. This guy, Mr. Garcia, runs back to the car where Mr. Rivera is in the driver's seat, and he's the getaway driver. Supplies the gun, knows what they're going there to do, kill him, and drive off. They drive off. The state can prove that about Sigfredo Garcia and Luis Rivera. But they're not on trial here, right? You heard they've already been on trial. Then
Exactly. They've already been on. It's like, I don't know why you up here trying to tell us who did it. We know who did it. Now we want to know who set it up. And that's where your client comes in. Okay? Does this lady got a track in her hair? What's this line right here? This line of demarcation is given. She got a track in her head, which is fine. But I mean, come on, she in court for this is a big trial.
you're going to hear, as the state said, that they can prove that everybody can see. Okay, they can prove that Katie Magbanawala, her name's Catherine. Some people call her Katie. They can prove that she's the one who set it up.
Yeah.
This is the father of Katie's children.
Oh,
This is his buddy that was recruited to go along on this trip to kill Danny. They can prove that she.
Oh, thank you, Bossy Tuba. Mama appreciate you. Yes, indeed, she do. Okay, Mama love the color. She loved the color in the chat. Ooh. So why is she talking about the state, what the state can prove? Exactly. All this was already proven. We know who physically did it. We know who showed up to do it. We know even the son. Okay? The son and the son and the mother are caught plotting. Okay? Talking about it. So her acting like she don't know nothing about it would never ever, with her basic ass, would never, is just ridiculous. And she over here trying to convince the jury, look, see, it wasn't even them. It was these people. And it's been proven that it's them. And they're already locked up for it. So if they're already locked up, they've been proven that they did it. And they're already locked up. It wouldn't make sense. Why is your client even here then? Isn't this over? Can we talk about your client is what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying to you, lady. Okay.
She arranged these guys to do it. And that she's the one who paid them the money.
Thank you, Bossy Tuba.
The money that was in stacks, stapled, $100 bills, all $100. Well, there may have been something other than $100 bills, but each stack was $1,000, stapled together. And you're going to hear testimony that that's exactly what he did with his money. He kept it and saved it for a long time. And you're probably going to hear testimony that this happens on July 18th, and on July the 19th, Mr. Adelson, Charlie Adelson, which is her son, gave approximately between $130,000 and $138,000 that he had in his safe,
Get a little piece of
that he collected and stapled together. His money went to her.
Hey, Miss Adelson, can I get a couple dollars? Can I get a little piece of change? Let me get a little something. My pockets is empty. I need a little something. Go on, give me a little something. You passing out $130,000. These some rich people right here. I just want my daughter to move closer to me. And they just tossing out $140,000 to some criminals. To some criminals to go across state lines to commit a crime. That sounds federal. I think that's federal. Am I mistaken? Because that sounds federal. That seemed like that should be federal, if nothing else.
Not Miss Adelson. They can prove and have
Kind,
that
caring, and
he
murdery.
paid her to get them to kill Danny Markell. That's what they can prove.
Yeah.
And they've done it 1, 2, 3, 4 times.
We're not making a clean 5.
This case is really a lot about theory and motive and not evidence.
Oh, yeah?
The state has a theory,
Uh-huh.
and for the past 9 to 11 years,
Yeah.
in fairness, probably 9 years,
Mm-hmm.
they have told the whole world
Mm-hmm.
that Mrs. Adelson was the reason that this happened.
Mm-hmm.
Mrs. Adelson was the reason that this happened. They've told this story, and it's outrageous. It gets people's attention. It's made a lot of money for the media, interviews, specials. Some people in jury selection said they had watched these specials. Lawyers on there, investigators on there. They made a lot of money for the media, and it got big attention because this is outrageous, what happened.
Yes.
It is truly outrageous. But what's more outrageous is, without any evidence, only motive and theory, they put her at the top of this pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
She's the matriarch. She's the matriarch mastermind behind Danny being killed.
I mean, you gonna want to stop pointing the finger at your client talking about she did it. That's counterproductive, ma'am. She over there pointing right at her client talking about she is the one that did it. I mean, it's what everybody's saying. You know, they're saying that she is the one who did it. Her. Ugh. Like, oh my God. Please stop being my lawyer.
And they don't have evidence of that. That's what's outrageous. It's outrageous that he got killed, but it's also outrageous that we're sitting here with a jury, and you're going to hear a lot of theory, a lot of motive, and a lot of what they believe the evidence means.
Please.
They don't get to decide that. The evidence is what the evidence is, and I ask you to patiently sit here and really pay attention to all of the evidence that you hear, every witness that they put on, every piece of evidence that they present to you. All of it. Okay. Don't, for 1 second, I'm not asking you to ignore any of that. Please listen to all of it closely. Look for what they actually have as evidence that Mrs. Adelson planned. She planned Danny Markel's murder.
Damn.
That she...
I'm telling you, this lady she's working for the enemy. Like, she's like emphasizing all the stuff that makes it sound like her client's guilty. I want you to look and listen for the evidence, because, you know, that says that she is the killer. Her, right there, killer. See it? Damn, Gina. Oh my God.
He engaged these men to kill him. And that she gave the money to her son to give to Katie to pay them. You won't find evidence of that. The evidence about the $3,000 a month, I have that here on this board. $3,000 a month. Charlie Adelson gave $2,000 a month, and he instructed his mother, for reasons you're going to learn in the trial, out of his business account to put her on payroll. She worked for him, and she paid that money. It's this man's money, not Donna Adelson. At the end of listening to all of the evidence, we're going to have an opportunity to make closing arguments. And the judge is then going to give you, well, he's going to give it before, he's going to give you all of the instructions on what it is that you...
So she ain't fighting, talking about her son's innocent no more. Now it wasn't me, it was him. He was always evil. When he was 4, he used to steal my nachos, and then he would lie and say he didn't steal it. Nacho cheese everywhere. You know what I'm saying? He ain't shit. This is what she did. Now she just ratting. She ratting her own son out. You wrong for this. You wrong for this.
You have to decide. Did the state charge and then prove that Mrs. Adelson committed a conspiracy?
Yeah, that what you just
Not one of the elements, all of the elements.
Yeah, all of them.
Proven by evidence, not
terrible.
theory,
Yep, proven.
not motive. For each count, then solicitation, all the elements. So while you're listening to the evidence, you don't know what those elements are, but think about what each thing it is that the state has alleged. She planned it. She got people to do it.
Yep.
She intended that he die.
Yep.
That this woman wanted to take away the father of her grandchildren
Definitely.
for the rest of their life.
Yep.
Because of relocation that happened a year ago and was done and over. And at the end of the case, because there's not going to be evidence that she did this, keep an open mind. Listen to all of it. We're going to ask you to find her not guilty of every single count. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Fulford.
Oh, that's all? You just want complete...
Ms. Alban, if you could take down the easels at this time. Is the state prepared to call its first witness?
Yes, Your Honor. The state calls James Dagger.
Y'all know she might actually get away with this, you know. You know she might actually get away with it. It could happen. It could definitely happen. I could see it. I can see it. It's let me see.
Can I reposition the lectern, Judge? All right, sir. So if you could just explain, give me that pointer, please.
Who this guy?
What we're looking at in this photo, and I've got
Oh, he's like a
pointer
detective.
here,
I
but so
guess.
many assistants too. You push the middle button, you get a red dot.
Oh, this is just a witness to the shooting. Oh. Oh, this must be a
You don't
neighbor.
have to use it. Oh, if you are going to use it, though, use it on the big screen, please, sir. All right, so just describe what we're looking at in this photo. States 1.
This is taken from Trescott Drive. The house on the right is my house, and the house on the left was Danny's house.
Okay, and the bay window that you've described, is that what is pictured in this portion of the photo right here? Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's correct.
So publish States 2, please. Sir, is this the view from that window?
Yes,
All
this
right.
is what I saw as I looked out.
Okay, and the driveway that we can see there on the right side of the window, is that Dan Markell's driveway?
Yes, it is.
All right, so you've described that something got your attention. Can we have States 3, please?
Well, as I mentioned, I wasn't sure where the noise had come from, and I looked to the left and to the right, and as I looked to the right, there was a car that was rapidly backing out of the driveway and immediately headed down in that direction towards Benton Road. It caught my attention because it seemed to be going so fast. And I noticed what it looked like, and that caught my attention, although quite frankly it was out of the corner of my eye. It appeared to be a Prius, a light-colored Prius, maybe silver or white.
Okay, so something got your attention. What was that?
Well, that was what got my attention, and then...
Was the vehicle itself?
Excuse me?
Was the vehicle itself, or some noise preceded you seeing the vehicle?
Well, initially we had heard this loud noise, which we weren't exactly sure it was. It could have been a gunshot, we weren't sure. And then when I saw the car back out, that prompted me then to walk next door. There had been in the neighborhood a few break-ins, burglaries, and my first thought was that somebody was trying to break into the Markell house. And so I went out the front door and walked across over to Danny's house to see if anything had been damaged, maybe tried to be broken into the garage or something.
Yes, sir. When you looked out, you said you saw the car back out and then exit toward Benton Road. Would that be going this direction, to the right of the photograph, or toward the left of the photograph?
It would be towards the right.
Okay, so out this way. And you said you walked over there just to sort of look around, make sure everything was okay. What did you see?
As I approached his garage, I noticed that the garage door was open. His car was inside, and the motor was running. And so I thought then, well, I guess so much for a burglary. I don't think that's happened if Danny's there. So I turned around and walked back to my house.
Okay. What happened next?
After that, I can't tell you why, but I just stood at my front window and looked out and waited for a few minutes, maybe 3 or 4, up to 5. And for some reason, it just didn't quite seem right. Danny hadn't backed out, and I thought by this time he should have backed out of his driveway, and he didn't. And so I said to my wife, I think something just seems wrong. I'm going to walk back over. And so I did that.
All right. And what did you see when you got over there?
Excuse me?
What did you see when you got over there the second time?
Well, when I went back the second time, I noticed that the garage door was still up, the car was still running. And this time I thought, maybe I better walk on into the garage. He's probably in the driver's seat. He's probably on a cell phone talking, but I just wanted to make sure everything was okay.
Yes,
and
sir.
so I walked into the actual driveway then, and I saw that the window, the driver's side window, had been shattered, and I stepped on glass at that same time. As I looked inside, I saw a bloody head, and the head was slowly moving back and forth, rolling back and forth, left to right. And I hollered immediately, "Danny, what happened?" And I didn't get any response other than the head rolling, and so I hollered again, Danny, what's happened?" Still nothing. And at that point, I knew that I had to get the emergency medical.
Yeah, get you some emergency medical. That sounds terrible. Sounds awful. What's this thing doing? Why are you frozen, sir?
Team there as quickly as I could. I reached into my pocket to pull out my cell phone, which is where I normally keep it, and it wasn't there. And I thought, gee, I've left it back on the couch at the house. So I quickly dashed back to the house, got the phone, and called 911.
How many minutes do you estimate elapsed between the time you saw the Prius backing out, or really I should say the time you heard the loud bang, to the time that you were able to reach 911?
Less than 10 minutes, more than 5 minutes, somewhere in there, I would say.
Yeah, this is the neighbor of Dan Markle, the victim. This is the neighbor of him. His dude, yeah, he's definitely sharp as a tack. He's given I'm a retired investigator vibes. He's like, it was approximately 1300 hours. The sun was setting in the west. Rises in the east, sets in the west. Yes, there you go. The sun was in the west. Okay. Which was an indicator.
I'm going to approach and show you what I've marked as State's Exhibits
So
4,
serious.
and then I also have 6 and 7.
Hit the like button for mama.
This is number 4, and I'll draw your attention to some initials on number 4. And then also 6 and 7. Do you recognize these photos?
Yes, I do.
All right, Judge, at this time, I'd ask to move into evidence 6 and 7.
Any objection?
No objection.
States 6 and 7 are admitted.
Publish state 6, please.
You may.
Sir, is this how the vehicle was positioned when you went over there and found Mr. Markel so badly injured?
Yes, that looks correct.
Publish state 7, please. Was the doors to the vehicle are open in this photograph? Were they open or closed when you went over?
No, they were all closed.
Okay, closed, and the only window
living her
that was
best
damaged was that the driver's side window?
That's the only one I saw. That's if there were some others, I didn't look at any other windows. I just simply saw the driver's side that was completely shattered.
All right, yes, sir. And State's Exhibit 4, is this consistent with the type of vehicle that you observed in the driveway backing out that day?
Yes, it was, although I didn't quite see that angle.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I can
Judge,
see
at
the
this
car
time,
door.
I'd ask to introduce States 4.
Look at that. You wanted to control something so
Admitted
bad,
at this time.
and now look at you. Can't control shit. Can't control nothing now. Not even your own bowels.
All right, you described it as a light-colored Prius. You weren't exactly sure of the color, maybe white, maybe silver, right?
Yeah, silver came to mind first, I guess, but certainly a light-colored vehicle.
It looks green, if you ask me.
I'm going to approach and show you States Exhibit 5. Recognize States 5?
Yes,
Is that Mr. Markel?
yes, it is.
All right, may I introduce States 5 here?
No objection.
States 5 is admitted.
Publishing States 5. What did you know about Mr. Markel?
Well, this occurred in 2014, and Danny and Wendy were newlyweds and had moved in about 5 years earlier than that. They moved next door. We were not particularly close to either one. We would see them occasionally out on the street. The memorable thing, and the other neighbors would tell you, is that when they first moved in, they had a housewarming event, and they invited all the neighbors in, and we attended it. That was our first time to see them and visit them. They seemed like a nice young couple, and
then what happened?
but after that, we weren't particularly close.
Did they have a couple little children living there?
Well, when they first moved there, they didn't, but after a year or two, they had a first child, and then later a second child.
All right, and at the time that Mr. Markel was shot, had his wife, Wendy, moved out? Had they separated?
Yeah, we had understood that they were going through a divorce, and Wendy had left, and after that, we rarely saw Danny, and I don't think we ever saw the kids either, but
Were you familiar with Mr. Markel's profession?
yes, I knew that he was an attorney. Both of them were, and they were connected with the FSU Law
Oh,
School,
that's
I
right. He
believe,
was an attorney.
but I didn't know that.
Her mother, her parents, and her brother and stuff, they were the dentists. Never mind. He was an attorney? That don't sound right. Was he an attorney? I guess so.
Their exact positions there.
Yes, sir. Publish 4 again, please.
Publish now.
Are you able to tell the jurors anything about the occupants of this vehicle on that day?
No, I only saw it just briefly, and to notice what kind of car it was. I couldn't tell you who was inside. The windows were dark as far as I
people
could
going
see.
to prison was
I didn't even
inside.
know
That's
if
what
it was
was
2-door or
inside.
4-door. I just
telling
didn't
you
see
what I know.
anything like that.
During the time that you were present at the scene of the shooting, did Mr. Markel ever regain consciousness or ever say anything that you heard?
No, I never heard him say anything. The only notion was that his head kept rolling back and forth during the 911 call, which it took forever to try to get the emergency vehicle there, the emergency medical team. They would occasionally ask if he was still breathing. And I would walk back up into the garage, and his head was moving still. And I said, well, his head's moving. So I assume he's still breathing.
Yes, sir. Have you had an opportunity to review that recorded call that you made to 911 that day?
Yes, I have.
All right. And was it a fair and accurate recording of that call?
Yes.
All right, Judge, at this time I'd ask to move into evidence states 88.
Look at all the blonde hair in this room. Yeah, this is giving very much Children of the Corns. You know, that's a little too much. It's a little too much blonde hair. Like this a lot. Like this is, well, maybe that's his family. Maybe he's a natural blonde. You know what I'm saying?
Objection.
Objection.
States 88 is a minute.
May I publish?
Go ahead.
Yes, publish, please.
911, what's your emergency?
It's right next door at my house, which is 2122 Trescott Drive.
Can you repeat that for verification?
2122 Trescott Drive. Repeat.
Okay, the phone number you're calling from?
I'm calling from 85021.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
We heard a
Kelly Murphy, the like button for Mama, please. What happened there? Adelson, it's Adelson is doing something weird. What happened? What happened? I don't know what this thing is doing, y'all. Oh, you know what, bitch? As soon as I push them.
Can you repeat that for verification?
2122 Trescott Drive. Repeat.
Okay, the phone number you're calling from?
I'm calling from 85021.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
We heard a loud bang and a car pulled away from next door. I came over and looked in, the garage door was up. And I thought the gentleman was backing out, and I went back to my house, but he never backed out. And I came back over, and his driver's side window is shattered, and he's battered, and can't answer. He's inside. I don't know if somebody tried to shoot him, or if he shot himself, or what, I don't know.
And it was at this location, correct?
Right next door. I'll give you mine. I don't know his address. It's next door.
Okay.
No, I don't have Spectrum. I do not. No, it's I think it's the. I don't think it's my internet thing. Because everything else was running fine, and even the way that looked when it was doing its little, would look like a buffering thing. Even that looked different from what it usually would typically look like. So.
He didn't send an ambulance in a hurry. EMG. He's still alive. He's moving.
Okay. What's going on with it?
I don't know. The driver's side window is all bashed in. He's inside. The car is running, and he's got blood all over his head. He's not responding to me. That number, by the way, is 211-21.
All That's the first few minutes of a 14-minute call. Is that how long it took them to get somebody to you?
Seemed to me a lot longer.
Seemed like 14 hours, didn't it?
Long time.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Cross-examination for Mr. Geiger.
No question, Your Honor.
Mr. Geiger, you may step down, sir. Is he released from his subpoena? Will anyone need to recall him for any purpose?
He's released, Your Honor.
Have a good day, sir. Please call your next witness.
State calls David Sims.
Judge before he's discussing the approach, please.
Please approach.
Look at him. He's already grumpy. Oh, you guys. I may have bitten off more than I could chew. Linda, no. I may have bitten off more than I could chew. I found this clip. I found a clip that that shows when Trina Downs, you know, the wild one with the golf club at the Village Adult meeting, that lady, where before when she came to a Thornton Township meeting when Tiffany was still there, and she came in and was screaming at Tiffany, and then called out Gonzalez, and like everything that she said. It was literally like a flash, like a it was on some prediction type stuff, and y'all know Mama like a good prediction, you know what I'm saying? Because Mama be right as well. Mama's always right. It's just a rule of life. Yeah, I may have bit off more than I could chew with this at this hour, because Mama is walked out. So but in the morning when I wake up, I'm gonna do a live stream in the morning, maybe say like noonish or something like that, doing that video, that clip that I found, that Thornton Township meeting clip with Trina. I want to go over that. It's so funny, like in retrospect. So so I'm gonna do that in the morning. So, but well, I guess afternoon, because it's 12 o'clock. We're about 12 o'clock. I'm gonna be live, and we're gonna do that. All right. So put on your notification bell, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow morning. I just wanted to check out the little defense. It's just to see what the defense was gonna be. I had no idea it was gonna turn out to be her just basically, you know, kissing up to the idea of this man that her client killed or had killed, allegedly, of course, allegedly, of course. But the idea was basically to try to make it seem as if that she didn't hate him that much. That was the idea they came up with. This is terrible. It's terrible. Okay. Oh, I'm 3 hours ahead of you. Okay, we'll do the math on that. It'll be noon here. So what, like 9 o'clock, I guess, for you? That's a good time. 9 hours, 9 o'clock in the morning is a good time. It's reasonable. It's reasonable, Linda. It's reasonable. All right. Y'all hit the like button for Mama, please. Go and vote on that poll before you go. And also, and you know what I'm saying? Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. And consider becoming a member. You know what I'm saying? Help support the channel. It keeps Mama here and not there. You know what I'm saying? Remember, Mama is community funded, so keep that in mind. Keep it in mind. What's it called when people whisper in their microphone? MSNBC? What's it called? You know, it's like letters. I don't know what they are. Like RSV or RSP or